I can't take you with me to 40. Test, test. Mic check, mic check. So I just sat here and talked for a good 20 minutes and then realized I hadn't hit record on my fucking camera. Yeah, my day is starting out fantastic. I got up, put clothes on, washed my body after before I washed my body before. Put on my go for a 20-minute walk clothes and was going to take my dog. And then I get to the start of the walk and I don't finish it. Hell, I don't even move any further. I come back to my apartment. Yeah, so much for the 20-minute walk challenge my dietitian has been putting me on. This is I Can't Take You With Me to 40. I'm Brittany. Nice to meet you. Next year, 2026, I will be 40 years old. And I have been thinking about 40 since I turned 36, 37. And now it's nearly here, and I have all these things I'm unpacking. I have a trauma-focused therapist after 18 plus years of on and off therapy. I decided to finally focus on the drama. I am neurodivergent. Found that out 3 years ago. Wonderful experience seeing yourself from a neurodivergent lens now. I am fat. And I don't say that as a degradation. I'm fat. And I think that's connected to something I'm going to talk about next. I'm grieving. I'm grieving the me, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, that I used to be. I'm grieving the family dynamic that I used to have with my mother's side of the family because I had them stuck in this one frame of mind for the past 12 years because I'm grieving the death of our matriarch, my grandmother, 12 years and counting. Yes, folks who constantly tell people who are grieving, you don't just get over it. This will be with me until the day I die myself. So I have a lot going on. And then, of course, I'm existing in this dumpster freaking fire called America and the planet as well. We could just throw the whole earth in there. Of life under what we're under. And I'm tired of this shit. I don't want to take any of this with me to 40. I don't want to wake up on my 40th birthday and still be in the same body. And when I say same body, I mean, I don't want to be 200 plus pounds. I would happily accept 170, 180 at this point because anywhere around that would feel less weighing me down. And not just because my body is functioning differently with weight on me, but because it feels like my spirit as like this fun, happy-go-lucky person is weighed down with it. Now, I will cut myself tons of fucking slack. I am not fat, as the world likes to look at fat people as, oh, you just gobbled up food and you don't care about yourself. I don't think that's any fat person's situation because there's always something medically behind it, psychological and emotional and mental behind it. In my case, it's medical. I have PCOS and I feel like PCOS kicked in high gear at maybe 38 and now she's fully here. I have HS, which I can't fully pronounce the last part, but Heronditis, yeah, super fun. Just found out about you in the last year. And then I also am neurodivergent. So got the extra variety version. It's sprinkled with special. I also live with anxiety. So I'm just oodles of fun. But all of those things minus the PCOS and HS were part of me before. I just didn't realize it as I was burning myself out for jobs that were paying me six figures or pushing myself to constantly be busy doing something. If it wasn't for work, it was for me. It was my projects, my tasks, my travel, my this, my that. and never really actually properly resting, not even on the vacations I used to take myself on. So this 20-minute walk earlier, it was important. It has been important for 4 weeks since my dietitian challenged me to do it. And I've really enjoyed doing the walks, especially now that the weather is cooler where I live, in the southern region of America. And I feel like I was doing really good. And then we got to the holidays. Turkey Day was a few days ago. And I've just been dealing with the sadness that I don't want to address or be like confronted with around my grandmother's passing 12 years ago, and how normally this would have been an experience of being at her home with all the pies and cakes and food and deliciousness that was cooked, all of the immediate family, second, third, fourth, fifth cousins sliding through, being there, but immediate family would have been there, staying at my grandmother's house, done all the grocery shopping, brought all these things. The house would be smelling so yummy, and just seeing her in her element. I feel like she really loved seeing her family together. And what's wild is that my family's quite dysfunctional, but these are the more happier memories I have, and that I directly associate with her and her love. So the grief is there, layered all over all these other things I've talked about. And there's plenty more. You can't tear me down in those environments because, baby, I'm over here trying to do this work. And the disappointment I feel about that walk that I should have taken, that I could still take today, it's not like the day's over, is that I'm harder on myself than I ever let any fucking rando outside of my brain be towards me. That's one thing I love about me. You can never tell me shit about me because you don't know me. You are not in my body experiencing the things that I am. You don't know the love that I have experienced and crave from my deceased family members, but also even the ones still alive, or the love that I have and give to those that I deeply care about. So you could never, as an external factor, tell me shit about myself. The only way you could do that is if you were a medical doctor diagnosing me with something, treating me for a medical condition, or my therapist. Now, the weight situation, the trying to eat better, the dealing with PCOS and insulin resistance and HDLs and LDLs, and your blood sugar is at this. You might be pre-diabetic. Actually, you are pre-diabetic. It's a lot because it has me thinking about mortality and my own, right? And hello, about to be 40 next year. The shit that I don't want to take with me next year is all the shit that is emotionally, financially, mentally, and psychologically weighing me down. And it's shit that may have existed before I got to this ripe old age of 39. It's shit that might have just come up either as a outcome of us being in a few years since the pandemic was fully spread and taking millions and millions of people's lives, in the few years of we're back in another bumper administration, and it's supposed to make America great again. However, all it has done, surprise, surprise, is make things unbearably worse. And not just for the niggas. While I process all of these things, recognizing that I did not complete that walk, not only because my dog took a poop and I didn't have the poop bag and I forgot to fill the poop bag thing back up on the leash when it happened the day before, but because I was looking for a reason to be able to come back into this space, my safest space, my apartment, and just be. Now, I like the part of that wants to rest. I do. I recognize that part of me that wants to rest. My brain, my spirit, my energy, my mind, my heart, my joints. But the slight inconvenience, not going to go ahead and do that healthy thing for myself. I can't ignore that shit. I can't ignore that shit because a lot of the things that are not weighing me down, that are helping me grow, see things, be fortified against demons and devils that walk amongst us out here, yeah? Is shining a light on that shit. And honestly, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, hell, 10 years ago. The light was not on in that shit. I also feel that when I lived a more financially stable life than what I'm currently able to live, I was actively doing more healthy things that I didn't have to need a light shined on it because it just was literally just already a part of my routine, my way of being, my way of existing. When you get all burdened down with all this weight, yeah, it stops being a priority and you need that light shined on it, right? So it's November 29th and I've got what, 8.5-ish months, maybe 9 until my 40th birthday. This is going to be my journey to seeing what weight, especially the dead fucking weight, that I can get the hell off of me before the clock strikes midnight on my birthday in August, because I can't take any of this with me. And I don't know about those folks out there, maybe you. I'm not trying to go to an early grave. You know, they say for Black women that our life expectancy is up to around the age 80. That's what research says. In my case, I'm not having children. I'm not interested in that part of womanhood. Never have been. So maybe I got an extra 5 years because let's not forget, Black, fat, neurodivergent, and constantly under oppressive attack in any facet of life. Like, I don't think that really gives me a get out of jail free card of hitting 80 and being like, okay, peace out, I'm going with my grandma now. I think I got maybe a good 45 years after 40. I'm inching for more, don't get me wrong. But these are things that come to mind right now over the past few years. And what can I do for me that's going to get me to a happy, content, full life based on what I define as full? And because I do have a healthy perspective and view of life, I'm not in this internalized hatred, internalized misogyny, internalized anti-Blackness. I hate myself because I'm fat. I hate myself because I'm neurodivergent. I'm not in that space where I've internalized self-hate, all this hatred that exists in the world, of course. I'm not in that space, and I've never been in that space in my adulthood. And I don't plan on it becoming my new reality or the way that my brain works going forward either. I am going to give myself more grace. I talk about doing this with my therapist often. And instead of being so hard on myself, of like, you used to be able to knock this out real fast. You used to be able to stay up all night and wake up with only 4 hours of sleep and still be ready to go. You could do this, you could do that. But I can't anymore, and that's okay. What I can do is what I'm doing. And I can do some things healthier, but I don't need to be comparing present day do with 10-year ago do. Hell, 20-year ago do. Because I was out in them streets in my 20s. Lord Jesus. If you recognize me, do not fucking comment. Because, bitch, you're from the past. You are not for the future. Anyways, since I didn't do my 20-minute walk, but I did give my dog his walk, and I did go back outside and pick up his poop since I didn't have the poop bag, and I walked that to the dumpster. I'm going to at least make my fried egg with my mini grill that my dietitian got me. And I'm going to have my whole wheat toast. And then I'm going to try to get in a creative, like, ready to write mode versus a let me curl up on this couch and watch a bunch of junk TV as I avoid the grief I am processing this holiday season about my grandmother's death. That's what I'm going to do. That's the commitment I'm making to myself today. And I think I will add a commitment to each of these videos on the journey to 40. Because if I can commit to a few things before this video ends and I see them through. You could probably commit to some shit for yourself too, babes. And some good shit, not some fucked up shit, okay? We can't be doing the fucked up shit no more. If you are nearing 40, or you are already in your 40s, and you need this message, come along with me on this damn journey. You probably won't be seeing me put together because I'm not going to be doing aesthetic shit. If you're looking for the aesthetics, please go somewhere else. I'm being me, as real as I fucking can be, because there's already so much fucking fake and pretending and performativeness to go around for eons of centuries, right? I don't need to add to it. And I definitely can't dump the weight that I can't and won't take with me, right? To 40 by pretending everything is perfect. Because it ain't. I also don't need to wallow in that realization. You need to have some balance. Anywho, I will commit to making them eggs. I will try to do half of that 20-minute walk later today before the sun goes down early. And I will put my laundry away. Those are my 3 commitments. Drop your 3 commitments in the comments below. And let's, I don't know, try to keep each other a little bit accountable until you see me again. This has been I Can't Take You With Me to 40.